Greetings. Sorry about the delay on this. I had some work I had to do. So I'm just gonna give you a quick overview of what I'm seeing and what we need to improve on. Um, I think first, my mouse isn't plugged in. Never mind, we don't need it. Okay, so let's just get into here. I'm trying to make your old drawing disappear a little bit. I can kind of see the new drawing. Okay, I think that's close enough. Let's talk about what I'm seeing. I think a few things for you. The biggest thing that stands out to me are the perspectives of the books that you've got on here. This book here, it goes kind of like off like that. Realistically, you'd want the book to be a little bit more like this. You wouldn't see this side, you wouldn't see the front of it. Something more like this. And then you'd have like the pages open. So the angle of the book needs to change a little bit. Similar with this other book down here. You're trying to cheat the back of the book up a bit so you can see it, but you wouldn't necessarily see all of it. This one edge would be more flat. So you see this part right here, but you wouldn't see the other cover. And then you'd have your pages. The way you draw the pages splaying open is a little off. When book pages open up, they kind of curve over, curve out. So, two book things, okay? The wrinkles on the clothes aren't necessarily following proper wrinkles. So for you would need to in order to really get this down, you would need to do a study or something. But on a pinch point, like the elbow here, the cloth would bunch up. It would bunch up right here on the elbow, and similar over here. The cloth would bunch up. The legs, the cloth would hang from the knee over here too. This part would be the cloth drapes. So it would be the gravity would pull cloth down against the leg, and then the excess would hang down further. So I would think you need to. The best way to do this is like do a study. Find a guy, find like a Hindu man with like kind of baggy pants sitting, and take a look at how the cloth drapes on his pants if he's got pants on, or like a Buddhist monk. Try and find someone like that sitting down. Maybe I forgot. There's this tribe in Africa that wears these robes like this. I'll try and find them for you. They wear blue robes. Let's just take a look real quick. Blue robed tribe. What are they called? Oh, the Tuareg people. Let me try and find just a quick example. Here we go. This is a quick example of someone sitting. Copy, paste. Okay, so what you'll see here is on his knee, the cloth is close to the leg, and then underneath it drapes off of the point of the knee. Now he's wearing a robe. These aren't pants I'm looking at. This is like a robe that's draped over his leg. So it's not exactly the same thing that you're looking at, that you're wanting. Let me look at the let's see if I can find a better picture. They wear like these baggy pants underneath the robes. But the robe kind of drapes over the legs. Yeah, the robes are really long, so it's a little bit different compared to what you've got. Maybe you would need to look up a martial artist sitting. What are those called? Martial arts. Yeah, here we go. This kind of gives you a good example. Trying to find someone sitting cross-legged. Here's a guy. Okay, I found a guy. Or here, oh, someone's cross-legged. Here we go. Copy image. Okay. So this is a decent reference. Again, from the knee, the cloth hangs down, so the top part is against the leg, and then it drapes. And then the knee, it pulls to the knee because the knee's like bending in the cloth. And then here on this knee, the cloth scrunches from the inside pocket of the knee, scrunches out, kind of fans out. So that's kind of a thing to consider. You're not going to see that part. I would, if I looked at this, based on what I'm seeing, with this, I would maybe, let me just erase what I had here. I'll erase the legs, and then we'll kind of go into it. Like it looks like there's oops, I went black. From the knee, it fans out, and then you would have the cloth draping down. Something more like this. A cloud brush. What do I have a cloud brush here? Here we go. Something more like that. Like so, the cloth fans out from the knee. And then it rests on the top of the shin here, and then it hangs. If they're baggier pants, they would hang out like this. It would like be a bunch of cloth. If you want them really baggy, something like that is closer to what you would see. And then same over here. The cloth fans out around the knee. That would be closer, right? And that's not exactly correct. I'm kind of rushing through it right now. If you really wanted to figure it out, you might want to look up somebody cross-legged in pajamas. You know, like that light cloth. Say like look up like cross-legged pajamas or meditating in pajamas. That's a good thing to look up. Meditating, you know, because people cross their legs when they meditate. This cloth in the back, it would probably fold here. It would fold right here. You just gotta think of it in like, you know, it's it's just the gravity's pulling on it. This is an interesting piece you're doing because you've got different challenges from the previous pieces you've done. And then finally, the last thing I would say needs to be fixed is this little sensor lantern thing down here. It looks a little too, the perspective's a little off. The angles are just a little off on this thing. So you maybe need to redraw that one. That's about it. Good luck plotting the background for all these tiles. That's intense. I would, you know, if you want to draw them straight on, great. It's really tough. Or you could draw them flat, draw the pattern flat, and then use the distort tool in Photoshop to make the pattern match the perspective you want. Just a little tip. Okay, that should be everything. Yeah, I think that's about everything that you got. I'll send this to you. I'll save this video onto YouTube for you, and it's looking good. It's a very ambitious piece. You got a lot of stuff going on. Oh, this other book pile too. This stacked books like this with the different perspectives, it's a little tough sometimes. It should be a little different. The angles are just a little off. But those angles, because they're some of the only things in perspective, when those angles are off, it really looks off. Okay, I think that's it. You might, for illustration purposes, for this one book here, you might want to have one of the pages like fluttered out like this. It just looks a little more dynamic, like he's turning the page with his magic. Or she, I'm not sure the gender of the person. But yeah, looks good. Cool. All right. Have a great day. Hope this all helps. Talk to you later.